to the WIHS Journal. On today's broadcast, we'll be learning about the ministry PAK7, witnessing to Pakistanians in Pakistan. Today on the phone line with me today is the ministry director, Kurt Young. Tell us a little bit about the ministry PAK7, because I never heard of it, and I'd like for you to explain it for our listeners.
Well, thank you, Anissa. It's really good to be with you and speaking with you on WIHS. PAK7 is a relatively new organization. We launched in 2018, and we are a Christian media ministry to the people of Pakistan. So that's part of why you may not have heard of us, but we are involved in a variety of different media in order to really share the love of God with the people of that nation and to strengthen the church in that country too.
Kurt Young, how did you get involved with PAK7?
Well, I have been involved in PAK7 even before it was launched in 2018. I'd had experience in Pakistan and was very familiar with the situation there. And I was burdened for the status of the church in that country. I was concerned about the fact that since 9/11, the number of global Christian workers in that country, in Pakistan, has been reduced by 90%. And so here you have a country that is actually the fifth largest country in the world at 220 million people, having fewer and fewer global Christian workers there, and a tremendous void had opened up in that country from the standpoint of our Christian witness and sharing the love of Christ.
Wow, so profound. So what is the actual mission of the ministry, PAK7?
Right. Well, our mission is to support the church in its witness in Pakistan so that the people of that country can hear and see and experience Christian and Christianity in the context of their own culture. So what we're doing is indigenous. In other words, all of the television programming, social media work, all the programming we're doing is in Pakistan. It's done by Pakistanis, and it's for the people of Pakistan. So I think that makes it a very special ministry. We are launching a channel, and it's a Christian channel geared toward children, youth, and women in particular. Very active social media outreach in Pakistan. We had over 20 million completed views of our Christian videos last year in that country. We're producing programs for national TV, and we are training young Christian Pakistani adults to be or to have careers in media and to be a presence and influence in that country.
That's amazing. Well, if you're just tuning in right now, I'm talking to Kurt Young from PAK7 Ministry. Thank you so much for what you do for those down in Pakistan. So the church in Pakistan, is there a church free to worship in that country of Pakistan?
Yeah, that's a great question. The answer is yes. Pakistan's a little bit different from other Islamic nations such as Saudi Arabia. People in Pakistan are free to worship, publicly. They are free to gather for worship. That kind of religious freedom and expression was guaranteed when Pakistan was established in 1947. Essentially, what's not allowed is for someone to change their religion unless they're becoming a Muslim. And so that's where the blasphemy laws come in. That's where deep challenges come. But the Christian church has had a long presence, actually, in Pakistan since the colonial period and even before that. The colonial period ended in 1947 when India partitioned into Pakistan and India, as we know it today. And the Christian community there is a small percentage of the population. It's probably 4 or 5 million out of 220 million people. But I will say that this is a resilient and vibrant group.
So the strategy one for the national TV programs, what is an example for the program for national TV?
Well, I'll give you one example in particular. I love this example. It's called Community Makeover. This is a program that is like, a community fixer-upper, a house fixer-upper program here that would be very popular. But what we do in Pakistan is we select a charity, an organization that's working in the community to make a difference with people and for people. And then we're going in and we're doing some sort of improvement to that charity. And then we turn that into a reality TV program, just like, a house fixer-upper program here. So our pilot program for Community Makeover involved us. We raised a grant. We went to a Christian hospital in Sahiwal, Pakistan, which is not too far from Lahore. And there are lots of children in Pakistan, over 70 million under the age of 15. So we rehabbed that pediatric ward. We built and developed a play yard for convalescing children and their visiting relatives and brothers and sisters, because families come to visit you in the hospital and so forth. So we rehabbed it and we turned it into a reality TV program. And the great thing about this, Anissa, was that it was showing Christians in a very positive light.
That is awesome. I love to hear stuff like that. So tell me, in your years doing the ministry, have you had encounters with the Pakistani people being a witness for Christ?
The answer is yes. I mean, people are very open to talking about religion in Pakistan, I think, as long as they don't feel that someone's looking over their shoulder. That issue of confidentiality, and privacy is quite important. We have a Christian social media outreach. And so last year we had over 21 million completed views of our videos in Pakistan. Now that's a lot of views, Anissa. And people will contact us and then we can follow up with them and we can have conversations about life and faith. We certainly do. But this kind of conversation is something that we're learning, the people who are coming to us, we're learning about their lives on a pretty deep level and the challenges that they face. So there is an openness. If you ask, is there an openness to Christ in Pakistan? My answer is definitely yes, but you're never going to see it on a billboard. People have to be careful.
Absolutely. So thank you for sharing all this great information about PAK7 Ministry in this interview that you would like our listeners to know about this ministry.
Well, I could talk all day about it, as you can imagine.
Yep, yes.
But what I would ask is that people think about Pakistan differently. It's not part of the Middle East. It's in South Asia. It's 220 million people. Afghanistan has something on the order of maybe 29 or 30 million people. It's a huge country. In 50, 60 years, it will be the fourth largest country on earth, population-wise, just behind the United States, which will be number 3. So this is a country for us to be concerned about, to love, to pray for, and pray for the church in that country. And if people want to know more about PAK7 and our work, I'll make it really easy. They can just email me, and my email is kurt@PAK7.org. That's Kurt at CURT at PAK7.org. And of course, we have our website, www.PAK7.org.
Once again on the broadcast with us was the ministry director, Kurt Young, from the ministry PAK7. For more details about today's broadcast, call WIHS. Our phone number is 860-346-1049. The opinions expressed are those of the participants, not necessarily those of a staff or management of a station. I'm Anissa Porticelli for News and Public Affairs.